I want to address the Haaretz article that is blowing up online right now. And while it's getting a lot of attention, I personally think it's only doing the opposite of what the writer may have intended to do. And I'm going to make a guess that the writer of this article is jealous. So the article by Rachel Fink is called "The Real Housewives of Hasbara: When the Gaza War is Good for Business." And the subheader is this. It says, "A wave of women influencers have transformed into super engines of Israel advocacy since October 7th. The Hasbaristas seamlessly blend lifestyle content with nuance-free Zionist activism. Are they good for Hasbara? Was Hasbara ever good for Israel?" That was a mouthful. That was just the subheader. Now, I have to say that I have asked myself the same questions when I see certain individuals making content about Israel online. I have questions about legitimacy, accuracy, the fear that they'll get facts wrong to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, or that people will just not really understand the history behind the news. Now, most of the people highlighted in the article don't live in Israel. A couple do. The first target on this Haaretz list is Lizzie Savetsky, who, whether you like her or not, or whether you're rubbed the wrong way by her politics or not, is clearly working her ass off, and she's doing it in the way that she knows works best on social media, which is blending her fashion sense, her lifestyle, and her Israel advocacy all together, and this is what makes her popular and celebrated and super hot on social media. That's just the game. That's how it works right now. In fact, it's how it's worked since the beginning of time. People need to connect with someone to really be a fan, and these little parts contribute. In my opinion, this article only elevates the profiles of the women that it critiques, making them even more famous. I found out about this slam article today when I opened Instagram because Lizzie Savetsky posted it herself on her own social media. That's the definition of all publicity is good publicity. Let's get into the article. The piece dives into the world of social media influencers nicknamed Hasbaristas, who have pivoted from fashion and wellness or even makeup content to unapologetic pro-Israel activism, and especially since the October 7th Hamas attack. Hasbara, by the way, is essentially a term to describe the work of explaining Israel's story, and some people call it propaganda. My favorite part of this article was when the writer describes Lizzie Savetsky, whom I have met multiple times. She's very humble and lovely. She recently went through a drama in which she was called out for using Kahanist ideas in her social media content. Kahana was a highly divisive figure in Israel who was eventually listed as a Jewish terrorist by Israel's government. Here's how the article describes her, which is honestly kind of fun. The Dallas-born cheerleader turned Manhattan fashion designer and momfluencer found her way to Orthodox Judaism when she met plastic surgeon Ira Savetsky. In 2022, Lizzie was cast in the 14th season of The Real Housewives of New York City, the hit reality show chronicling the glamorous, drama-filled lives of wealthy women. But shortly after the announcement, Savetsky revealed that she had decided to leave the show before filming began. She said the decision stemmed from a wave of anti-Semitic abuse she received following the casting news. Now, there was more to this story, but I'm going to let you read the rest of the Haaretz article for yourself if you want to continue, but I just wanted to give you that descriptor of her. The article's main judgment is that while their messaging spreads quickly and gets a lot of eyeballs, it lacks nuance, sidesteps Israeli government accountability, and can alienate potential allies because of its fierce, unapologetic nature. Hello. Welcome to the polarizing world of social media and of 2025. And by the way, if you're looking for nuance and news and information and facts, you should come to me at the Israel Daily News Podcast. I'm Shanna Fold. My name has 2 N's in it, and I'm very sensitive about that. If you're looking for a boost, entertainment, and something to get your fist in the air, you might go to the accounts listed in this Haaretz article. The piece also shares that these influencers may be more focused on their own agendas than on amplifying the voices of families directly impacted by the war, which I do honestly think is not a fair critique, because this is how social media works. You get people invested through your own story and likability, and then you can share important messages after that, which most of the influencers mentioned in the article are doing. Influencers like Noah Tishby have led the trend toward more polished, journalistic appearing content. But the article questions whether their work is more about performance than it is about truth, accuracy, and achieving a resolution to the conflict. It also explores how this influencer-driven Hasbara strategy is heavily funded by the Israeli government, prioritizing perception over policy. Keep in mind that Hamas spends loads of money promoting their story around the world, and especially on college campuses. I've done a deep 6-week-long research on this specific topic for a documentary that I was working on. Trust me, whatever the Israeli government is shelling out on marketing, the Hamas strategy is even greater. This is not new. This is called branding and marketing. And if you don't think that every country and every institution in the world has a budget for this, you're wrong. And you're just not in the industry, so you don't know. The Israel Daily News, however, is completely 100% independent and funded by our own listeners. So there's no government involvement here. And it's a question mark whether there's government involvement in these other influencers like Lizzie Savetsky, who likely has enough money from home that she doesn't need to take money from the Israeli government. So that accusation is probably not accurate as well. At the end of the day, this article suggests that if these women truly want to help Israel, they need to embrace complexity, acknowledge government failures, and allow space for more authentic voices and highlight the voices of those still waiting for loved ones to come home. I don't believe that this is an entirely fair judgment. What do you think about the article? Is it scandalous? Is it correct? Do you hate social media and influencers, or do you love it? Let us know in the comment section.